Hello and thanks for joining us. This is Chasing the Dollar, brought to you by Sportingbet. I'm Ben Damon, joined by Adam Pengilly. Adam, a little bit hit and miss last week, but at least you got one at a good price.
Yeah, thank goodness for Dino Willow, Ben, in the summer plate. She was absolutely enormous in that last stride win. Pause the Thunder final was really intriguing as well. I own a 7. We sort of left her out of our calculations, just not knowing who was going to jump from boxes 5 and 7, but she just speared to the front and led them all a merry dance. A couple of nice races at Wentworth Park on Saturday night we can sink our teeth into and hopefully find a few winners.
Yeah, we will. It is a long weekend, of course, and there's some very nice racing to have a look at. We'll get straight into it with race number 5. And this is over the 520 metres and the first leg of the quaddie. It is the Australia Day Cup, heat number 3. Where are you going?
How's this for a greyhound, Ben, as well great? At number 6, Billy BUZZARD. Now, he's won a few on the trot at Gosford, was a finalist in the Gosford Gold Cup a couple of weeks ago. He's only ever had one start at Wentworth Park, which makes him still eligible for 5th grade races there. He's had a little bit of a break into this. If he jumps cleanly, I think he's got plenty of class on his side and should have a few lengths up his sleeve on this lot here. So number 6, Billy BUZZARD, is my top pick in the race. Number 3, FREDDY'S is a greyhound who's got plenty of scope about him. If you remember back to the start of 2013, he was actually set for the Magic Maiden series. He went hammer and tong with a leader in the heat of that series there, and they pretty much cruelled each other's chances. He's back in the Gatt kennel now. He's done a lot of education on one-turn tracks. From a good draw, he's going to be really strong to the line late and might be the big danger in the race. Number 4, Range, is a greyhound that keeps improving with each start. Put it in for 3rd. And number 7, BALE, to run 4th. My numbers 6, 3, 4 and 7.
Well, race number 6 is a Blue Paws final. It's worth $8,000 to the winner. It's for the stayers over the 720 metres. It looks a bit tough on paper as well.
Yeah, I found one here, Ben. Number 6, Blossom DIOR. Now, a bit of a heart in the mouth job if you took the $1.20 or $1.30 about her in the heat. But I'm going to go with her to beat AVONDALE MAURICK again. In hindsight, she might have been a little bit vulnerable in her heat last week. She hasn't had a whole lot of recent racing underneath her belt. I'm thinking that run's going to bring her on. She looks pretty classy compared to some of these here. She just needs to avoid Like a Boss in the early going, who's going to carve across from box 8. If she gets a clear run, she's clearly the one to beat in the race. Number 2, AVONDALE MAURICK, goes in for 2nd. Should be much improved from having his first look at the track in the heat last week and is a big danger from box 2. Number 7, Pride of Egypt, is a much better greyhound than what he showed during the heat, so put him in for 3rd. And number 1, Freddie Smile, goes in for 4th. My numbers are 6, 2, 7 and 1.
Well, the 3rd leg of the quaddie is race number 7. This is another of the heats of the Australia Day Cup, and it looks like this. There's one here that you think is very well graded as well.
Yeah, go for number 6 here, Ben. Magic Display. I think the first 3 legs of the quaddie have gone for number 6 in each race. Superbly graded here. Runner-up in the Gosford Gold Cup final a couple of weeks ago. She's got a ton of early speed. Now, my only concern is in box 5, VIVIAN BALE tends to track a little bit right at box rise, but I still think number 6, Magic Display, has plenty of early toe to ward off that threat, go into the first turn leading and be really hard to catch. So she's my top pick in the race. Number 4, My Boy Blue. I reckon he gets an absolute gem of a run here. He's just got to be good enough to take advantage of it on the back of CAWBOURNE Hawk. Coming to town off the provincial circuit. Should be a chance in this race too. Number 3, CAWBOURNE Hawk, is a really interesting runner. Just couldn't bring myself to put him on top, but I reckon he's the real smoky in the race. Got plenty of early speed from a good draw. He'll run a huge race as well. And number 5, VIVIAN BALE, goes in for your multiples. My numbers are 6, 4, 3 and 5.
Well, the final leg of the quaddie, race number 8, it could be the race of the night. It is the free-for-all. It's a very nice-looking one, but a tough one on paper. And you reckon that maybe the box draw is going to create a pretty interesting scenario at the start here?
Yeah, I do, Ben. I think number 4, Brooklyn Drive, holds the key to this race. If you watch its last couple of replays, that box rise is just veering right and taking out all the greyhounds' box to its outside. So it means the greyhounds in boxes 1, 2 or 3, if they jump cleanly, are getting a really nice smooth passage into the first turn, which is why I'm going to make number 2, Zipping Logan, my pick in the race, and hopefully at some sort of value. Now, he's approaching 4 years old, but he's just been racing in absolutely superb form. He ran an absolutely huge race behind Alan Malik in a Pause the Thunder heat, and he won at Wentworth Park last week. I know the time wasn't really flash, but nothing really went right for him in that race. He did well to burst through in the last 50 metres. If he can just jump cleanly and track up towards the lead going to the first turn, number 2, Zipping Logan, can run some sort of race at a price. Number 8, ZIPPY, CHICKI, goes in for 2nd. Got plenty of early speed, should be able to carve across from the outside and capable of getting the fly here. A huge danger to Zipping Logan. Number 4, Brooklyn Drive, like I mentioned earlier, probably holds the key to this race. When it's on song, he's a huge greyhound and can run a race too. And number 1, MINZA Red One, looks perfectly boxed in box 1 after a nice last start win at Dapto. My numbers are 2, 8, 4 and 1.
All right, time to get your best bet on the program.
Race 3, number 3, Ben King COBBER. He looks somewhere back to his best last week, and I think he can make back-to-back wins at Wentworth Park on Saturday night.
Okay, and your value?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, Ben, last leg of the quaddie. Race 8, number 2, Zipping Logan. If he sort of hops out in front of MINZA Red One and Crash Model early, I can run a huge race at some sort of value.
It looks like another pretty tough quaddie. You might have to go a bit wide. Take us through it.
Yeah, it's not an easy quaddie, Ben. I think our best bet is to play wide in the last leg, so we're going to try and trim up the first 2. In the first leg, we'll go with Billy BUZZARD and FREDDY'S as insurance. In the second leg, we'll include Blossom DIOR and AVONDALE MAURICK. In the third leg, we'll go with My Magic Display, My Boy Blue and CAWBOURNE Hawk. And we're going to take 5 in the free-for-all, including Zipping Logan, Zippy CHICKI, Brooklyn Drive, MINZA Red One, and even Flaming Frenzy's the big query runner first up.
Okay, might be worth plenty as well if you can get it.
Yeah, definitely, Ben. I think that last leg's probably going to present the value. If we can get through the first 2 or 3, we might be in for a decent payday.
All right, good luck. I'll see you next week, and we'll see you next time on Chasing the Dollar.